Limasan. This house style appears in parts of central and eastern Java. It is made of wood and has a four-sided roof that slopes down from a central ridge. The middle area is often quite open, letting fresh air circulate. Families gather here for daily activities, and the design helps keep the space cool in a tropical climate. Joglo. Found mostly on the island of Java, a joglo is known for its tall, pointed roof held up by four main wooden pillars in the center. This open central space can host guests or traditional ceremonies. Walls often have fine carvings. A joglo has long been seen as a sign of status or wealth, but it also helps keep the interior breezy and comfortable in the heat. Kampung. Seen in many parts of Java, the kampung house is simpler than limasan or joglo. It usually has a lower roof angle and few decorations. Traditional materials might include bamboo or bricks, and there is usually a small front porch. Even though the word kampung suggests a rural village, you can also find these houses in semi-urban areas. Rumah Gadang. This is the famous house of the Minangkabau people in West Sumatra. Its many rooftops curve upward at each end, creating a dramatic shape that reminds people of horns. It sits on wooden posts above the ground, and the large shared interior reflects the strong family ties in Minangkabau culture. Outside walls often have colorful carvings that show local art and beliefs. Tongkonan. In Tanah Toraja on Sulawesi, people build these distinctive homes with roofs that curve up at both ends, almost like the prow of a boat. The house stands on wooden posts, and the walls are covered in carved patterns painted in bright red, yellow, and black. Tongkonan houses are central to Toraja traditions and family ceremonies, and they have been passed down through generations. Dayak Longhouse. On the island of Borneo, many Dayak groups traditionally built giant wooden homes raised on tall posts. These long buildings can shelter multiple families, each with a section connected to a common veranda. Floors might be made of bamboo or timber. The design suits life in thick forest areas and fosters strong community bonds. Betawi. In the Jakarta region, the Betawi people have a house with a simple rectangular shape and a pitched roof. The front porch is deep and often decorated with bright colors and carved wooden railings or shutters. This style blends many cultural influences, such as Malay, Chinese, and even Dutch touches, reflecting Jakarta's history as a trading hub. Rumah Aceh. Located in Aceh at the northern tip of Sumatra, these wooden homes stand on raised posts to avoid damp ground. They usually have a very steep roof to quickly drain away heavy rain. Some have intricate wooden panels for both decoration and ventilation. The raised floor may also provide protection from floods or even help with airflow in a humid climate. Bubungan Tinggi. In South Kalimantan, the Banjar people build these tall-roofed houses that often look like a steep pyramid on top. They stand on stilts, since the nearby land can be swampy. Inside, there can be different levels for various family or ceremonial activities. The high roof shape helps rain slide off quickly and also adds a sense of importance. Omo Sebua. On the island of Nias, off North Sumatra, you find these impressive wooden chiefs' houses. They stand on massive ironwood pillars, and the roof can be very tall. Flexible wooden joints keep the house sturdy, even in earthquakes. Traditionally, these houses were designed to defend against attacks, so the entrance and walls are thick and strong. Sasak Lumbung. The Sasak people of Lombok use a style called lumbung for storing rice, but sometimes adapt it for living. It is shaped like a tall, rounded triangle with thick thatch on top. The inside can be quite small, but the steep roof helps keep rain out and heat away. This style has become a symbol of Lombok's heritage. Mbatangu. On Sumba Island, the houses have tall, tower-like roofs that might remind you of a tall hat. The structure is usually on wooden posts, with a veranda wrapped around it. Families can raise livestock below the house. The roof's height helps with airflow and also shows local ideas about connecting the home to the spiritual world. Mentawai Uma. The Mentawai people live on islands off West Sumatra. Their communal houses, called Uma, are built from materials like sago palm and bamboo. They are raised slightly above swampy land. Several families share one large space, and the design reflects a close bond with the surrounding rainforest and rivers. Honai. In the highlands of Papua, you find small circular huts with thick thatch roofs known as Honai. The design helps keep warmth inside, as the mountainous areas can get surprisingly cold. There are very few openings, and a central fire pit is often used. This style suits a cooler climate compared to the lowlands. Balinese Compound. On Bali, a traditional home is not just one building. It is a set of small pavilions in a walled garden, each with its own purpose, such as cooking, sleeping, or rituals. Courtyards and gateways often have stone carvings or split gates. The layout follows Hindu beliefs, seeking balance between daily life and spiritual harmony. Dutch Colonial. During centuries of Dutch rule, brick and masonry houses appeared in cities like Batavia, now Jakarta, Surabaya, and Semarang. They usually had white painted walls, tile roofs, wide verandas, and shuttered windows to manage heat. Some also mixed in local ideas, such as high ceilings and extended eaves to cope with tropical rain. Indies. Over time, Dutch and local influences merged into a style people sometimes call Indies. It might have symmetrical walls like European houses, but with airy verandas and breezy courtyards. Builders sometimes raised the floor and used big windows to keep the interior cool. This mix appealed to local elites who wanted a modern look that still felt practical in the tropics. Jengki. After Indonesia gained independence in 1945, homeowners wanted simpler, more functional designs. These houses often used concrete or brick walls and had low-pitched roofs. Interiors were more divided into rooms instead of one large open space. Some still kept a small veranda for relaxing, but overall, people moved away from ornate colonial or traditional styles. Perumnas. In the 1970s and later, the government built many housing estates known as Perumnas to help people find affordable homes. Each house was a simple one-story box with a tile roof and limited decoration. Many families later added their own rooms or personalized the front yard. These suburbs are now common around big cities like Jakarta and Surabaya. Urban Kampung. Outside the planned housing areas, you get dense neighborhoods that grow organically, called Kampung. Families build and expand as they can, using bricks, wood, or sometimes metal sheets. Narrow alleys wind between houses, and neighbors share small courtyards. Though modest, these areas show strong community ties and local creativity. Middle-class developer. Since the 1980s, private developers have created gated communities for middle-income families. These houses often have a slightly Western or Mediterranean look, with arches or pastel paint. However, they adapt to the Indonesian climate with wide eaves or ventilation blocks. Each home usually has a small garden or carport in front. Modern Balinese. In modern times, some Balinese-inspired homes blend classic island pavilions with newer comforts like air conditioning. Roofs may be layered and steep, while carved doors and stone walls show traditional detail. Indoor and outdoor areas flow together, letting people enjoy the tropical setting in a relaxed, resort-like atmosphere. Contemporary Minimalist. This style is popular in upscale neighborhoods of major cities. Designers use flat or gently sloped roofs, large windows, and simple geometric shapes. Interiors often have open layouts with smooth concrete or stone finishes. Deep overhangs or shading elements help reduce the sun's heat, reflecting a practical approach to modern design in a tropical climate. Tropical Modern. Some architects take the minimalist idea further by adding features that protect the environment. They might use reclaimed wood or bamboo, build in plenty of cross ventilation, and create shaded courtyards that keep the interior cool. There can also be solar panels or rainwater collection. This design respects older wisdom about building in a humid climate and pairs it with new technology. Neoclassical. In wealthier suburbs, you might find large homes modeled after European palaces, complete with tall pillars and grand staircases. Owners may choose marble floors or metal gates with elaborate patterns. Some critics say these styles ignore Indonesia's hot climate, but they remain a sign of status for those who want to show international tastes. Villa. This style is found in tourist areas like Bali or Lombok, as well as in high-end neighborhoods. It focuses on relaxation and can include open-air lounges, private pools, and lush gardens. Roof shapes or carved gates might borrow from local traditions, but the main goal is comfort and leisure, almost like living in a permanent vacation setting. Indonesia is made up of thousands of islands, each with its own landscape, culture, and way of building. With such incredible diversity, no single list can capture every house style found across the archipelago. But these 26 styles offer a broad window into how Indonesians build their homes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, leave a comment with your favorite style, or subscribe for more content like this. And if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. Every bit helps me make more videos like this.